Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Spot Report for this second day of 2017. Let me wish you Shana Tova, Happy New Year. I pray that the coming year will be filled with the unprecedented, unparalleled blessing of God for you and those you love. And I also pray that the heresy that the Obama administration has sought to perpetuate within the UN will be removed, will be stopped. That heresy is basically the heresy of replacement theology. Replacement theology goes back to the first century. It was really codified in AD 325 in Council of Nicaea, where it was proclaimed and has been within the Catholic Church certainly, and other Eastern Christian denominations, that the church, Christians, inherit the covenant promises made to God, including the land promises made to the Israel of God. That those promises are now null and void. They've been replaced initially by Christians, but now, according to the Obama heresy and the UN heresy that's being perpetuating this, Islam and the Palestinians inherit the land. Avner Bosky is a Messianic Jewish believer, lives in Israel, has a ministry called Final Frontier Ministries. And he's very observant, very astute in his observations concerning current issues in Israel. He writes this in his December newsletter, part of it, excerpts. He said, the malignant effects of replacement theology are shaping current international political discourse. This comes from the merging of two different streams, Christian and Islamist. Christian replacement theology does not allow a physical restoration of the Jewish nation to their homeland, while the Islamist view of history says that since Israel has been conquered by the armies of Muhammad in 638 AD, the Jewish patrimony now belongs eternally and by divine right to the world of Islam. Israel was conquered by Muhammad, by Muslims, so it eternally belongs to Islam. This denial of continuing Jewish right to their own homeland has been successfully marketed across the planet by the Palestine Liberation Organization, the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, and the Arab League. Their efforts have met with a fair amount of success. The United Nations, the European Union, the Quartet have all swallowed replacement theology hook, line, and sinker. Two recent examples of this are the UN Resolution 2334 that vetoes, that would have vetoed, actually they abstained, but it claims that Israel, certainly Jerusalem, and much of Israel belongs to the Palestinians. Both dovetail with the Islamist replacement position, except its perspectives as indisputable fact. From their vantage point, Palestine is an Arab land and belongs exclusively to the Arabs. The Islamist perspective is that the whole land of Israel must be taken by Islam. The so-called moderates of the Palestine Liberation Organization agree, but with some cosmetic changes. They say that half the land must return to the Palestinian Islamic movement immediately, and that then the other half of Israel must be conquered in stages. That's the current rendition of replacement theology. The Palestinians replace Israel. What does God say? Jesus says this in Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. He says, do not think, Jesus speaking, do not think that I've come to abolish the law, the prophets, the covenants, anything in the Old Testament, to abolish it, replace it. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. I tell you the truth, until heaven and earth disappear, not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen will by any means disappear from the law. until everything is accomplished. Anyone who breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do the same will be called least in the kingdom of heaven, if they even make it into the kingdom of heaven. The church has not replaced Israel. The Israel of God, according to the New Testament, Romans 9 through 11 and elsewhere, Israel of God has been expanded to include believers in Jesus. And the promises will prevail. God has the last word. Till next week, Od Kiyevo Shiloh, until Messiah comes, Yivareka Yahweh, Yahweh bless you, bless those you love, bless those who love you.